मागच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये आपण मेकॅनिझम ऑफ रेस्पिरेशन सुरू केलेलं होतं. मेकॅनिझम ऑफ रेस्पिरेशनचे एकूण 4 पॉईंट्स आहेत, ABCD पैकी A ब्रीदिंग आणि B एक्सटर्नल रेस्पिरेशन आपण पूर्ण केला. त्याचा व्हिडिओ मी तुम्हाला सेंड केला. आता पुढच्या पॉईंटकडे आपल्याला जायचं आहे, ते म्हणजे C इंटरनल रेस्पिरेशन. त्याच्यातही ट्रान्सपोर्ट ऑफ ऑक्सिजन हा पॉईंट आपण पूर्ण केलेला आहे. त्याचा व्हिडिओ मी तुम्हाला सेंड करते आहे. ट्रान्सपोर्ट ऑफ ऑक्सिजनमध्ये आपण डिसोसिएशन कर्व शिकलोत आणि त्या डिसोसिएशन ऑफ ऑक्सिजन कर्वमध्ये बोर इफेक्ट आणि हल्डेन इफेक्ट आपण पूर्ण केलेला आहे. तर त्याच्याविषयी तुम्ही होमवर्क पूर्ण केलाच असेल. आता आज आपण आजच्या व्हिडिओमध्ये ट्रान्सपोर्ट ऑफ कार्बन डायऑक्साईडकडे आपल्याला जायचं आहे. सो ट्रान्सपोर्ट ऑफ ऑक्सिजन वी हॅव ऑलरेडी completed. Now we'll start with transport of carbon dioxide. Now this transport of carbon dioxide will be studied by taking into consideration 2 diagrams present in our textbook. That is oxygen pickup and CO2 pickup at tissue and oxygen pickup and CO2 release at lung level. Yeah? So prior to that, we will summarize what is meant by transport of carbon dioxide in internal respiration of mechanism of respiration. Now transport of CO2, you know very well, carbon dioxide is soluble in water. It is soluble in water and it is transported by RBCs and plasma. It is transported by RBCs and plasma by 3 ways. Total 3 ways are there for transport of this CO2. One is by plasma, next is by bicarbonates, and last one is by RBC. So transport of CO2 will be summarized by taking into consideration A, B and C points. A by plasma, B by bicarbonates and C by RBC. By plasma, the transport of CO2 occurs 7%. By bicarbonates ion, transport of CO2 occurs 70%. So 7%, 70%. And remaining 23% will be transported by RBCs. So overall, 7 plus 70 plus 23, that means 100% transport of CO2 occurs by these 3 ways: by plasma, by bicarbonates and by RBC. Now we'll study one by one. At first, by plasma. By plasma, now you are well known, 7% carbon dioxide is transported. How? In dissolved form as carbonic acid. As carbonic acid. When carbon dioxide dissolves in the water present in plasma, it forms carbonic acid. So that is the 7% transport of carbon dioxide in dissolved form through plasma. The second way, that is by bicarbonate ions. So most of carbon dioxide is transported by this way. That means almost all 70%. 70% transport occurs by formation of bicarbonates. Again at 2 levels, at tissue level and at lung level. What happens at tissue level? See, the carbon dioxide is transported to tissues and cells, or from tissues and cells, and diffuse into plasma and then into RBC. Especially carbon dioxide from tissues and cells diffuse into plasma and then into RBC. That means inside the blood. Now in RBC, this carbon dioxide combines with water inside the RBC. See, RBC is one of the blood cell without nucleus. Almost all its cytoplasm contains cytoplasmic fluid containing lots of hemoglobin and fluid. So inside that fluid of RBC, one enzyme is present known as carbonic anhydrase, or in short CA. This carbonic anhydrase is zinc containing enzyme. Remember, this is a very small information, a very, you can say, brief information that carbonic anhydrase contains Zn or zinc, may be asked in MCQ. So remember, so in presence of carbonic anhydrase, this carbon dioxide and water forms carbonic acid. So it needs this enzyme, carbonic anhydrase, right? Now what is this carbonic anhydrase then? This carbonic anhydrase is found only in RBC and not in plasma. Remember, again that will be one of the information for MCQ. Carbonic anhydrase is found only in RBC and not in plasma. Now this formation of carbonic acid inside RBC is higher than plasma. This is most important again. Formation of carbonic acid inside RBC is higher, greater in an RBC than plasma. We'll summarize afterward with the help of diagram. Then this formed carbonic acid H2CO3. This is not stable molecule, but it is unstable and dissociates into back again HCO3 and H plus ions in presence of carbonic anhydrase and accumulates inside the RBC. So first of all, this reaction occurs. CO2 plus H2O form carbonic acid H2CO3. Again this H2CO3 dissociates into HCO3 and H plus ions, again in presence of carbonic acid. This carbonic acid and H ions now moves out of RBCs and may be there is imbalance of charges inside RBC. After this second reaction, that means after formation of HCO3 and H plus, these ions moves out of RBC because all this is happening inside the RBC. When they moves out of the RBC, there may be imbalance of charges occur. Imbalance of charges occur. So this imbalance of charges inside RBC is prevented. How? So to make ionic balance inside RBC and plasma, the chloride diffuse inside the RBC. RBCs are present in the blood plasma. Blood plasma contains this ion, chloride. So chloride start to move inside RBC to make ionic balance because HCO3, that means carbonic acid, and HCO3 and H plus ion, both these ions, they are moved out of RBC inside the plasma, and now chloride ion moves inside the RBC and the ionic balance of RBC will be maintained, right? This is a very specific phenomenon known as chloride shift or Hamburger's phenomenon. This is called chloride shift or Hamburger phenomenon. Remember, so in examination there may be a question of 2 mark, write note on chloride shift or write note on Hamburger's phenomenon. So you have to explain this transport of CO2 by bicarbonates at tissue level in this way, and that will be summarized what is meant by chloride shift or Hamburger phenomenon. Okay. Now This HCO3 coming into plasma now joins sodium or potassium ions forming NaHCO3 or KHCO3, sodium bicarbonate or potassium bicarbonate. Clear? So because plasma contains again these ions also in addition to chloride, Na plus as well as K plus. So there is a formation of HCO3 plus Na plus and form NaHCO3, or maybe HCO3 plus K plus formation of KHCO3, sodium bicarbonate or potassium bicarbonate, right? Now this H ions is taken by here, this H ions. Now these H ions are taken up by protein hemoglobin present inside the RBC to form HHB. This HHB is reduced hemoglobin. HHB is reduced hemoglobin. This may lower blood pH. Actually, the pH is maintained by chloride shift. You can see here. The HCO3 coming into plasma joins Na plus K plus forming NaHCO3 or KHCO3 to maintain pH of blood. This H ions is taken up by protein HB and form reduced HHB. This may lower blood pH, right? And this HB act as buffer by formation of deoxyhemoglobin or reduced HB, right? So in the figure you can see there. Now at last we'll go to the figure. I will explain again and again. So at tissue level, this transport of carbon dioxide takes place 70% by forming carbonic acid as well as by forming this bicarbonates, and finally there is a formation of reduced hemoglobin and there is a chloride shift or hamburger phenomenon occur. So we complete at tissue level. Now at lung level what happens? Now you are familiar. At lung level the ppCO2, that means partial pressure of CO2 of alveolar air is low. So ppCO2 of alveolus is low inside this alveolar air. This H ions and bicarbonate ions recombine and form carbonic acid in presence of carbonic anhydrase and yields back again CO2 and H2O. We can write in the one chemical reaction H plus plus HCO3 in presence of carbonic anhydrase. There is a formation of carbonic acid. Again this carbonic acid dissociates and forms CO2 plus H2. And this CO2 is then released outside of the lungs during expiration or during breathing. So in that way we complete these 2 points: the transport of CO2 by plasma, transport of CO2 by bicarbonates. Now we'll go to the third point, by RBC. 23. Now totally this carbon dioxide binds with amino group of hemoglobin inside the RBC and form loosely bound compound carb-amino-hemoglobin. Carb-amino-hemoglobin. Again that will be shown inside this diagram. We'll go next to the diagram. So carb-amino-hemoglobin formation, with the help of hemoglobin, the carbon dioxide is bound with hemoglobin. This molecule is readily decomposed inside the region where ppCO2 is low, because through circulation this RBC containing this carb-amino-hemoglobin reaches to alveolus, and at the alveolus level ppCO2 is low. Ultimately the carb-amino-hemoglobin decomposes readily. Hemoglobin gets separated from carbon dioxide and CO2 is thrown into the space of alveolus, and from alveolus during expiration of breathing, this carbon dioxide is thrown out. So in that way, by plasma, by bicarbonates, by RBCs, the transport of this CO2 occurs. Transport of CO2 occurs. Now we will summarize it briefly with the help of diagram. Now you can see at tissue level, actually by plasma 7% in dissolved condition. So see, this is blood plasma, this is RBC, this is tissue cells. Three components we have taken into consideration. This is blood plasma, this is RBC, this is tissue cells. So inside the RBC, 70% transport occur. This CO2 and water in presence of carbonic anhydrase. Carbonic anhydrase, you can see here, carbonic anhydrase is one of the enzyme which contains zinc or Zn containing. Inside RBC, it brings about very fast formation of this carbonic acid, right? Whereas inside the plasma, this carbon dioxide water forming carbonic acid is slow. So this is fast one, this is slow one. That's why through plasma only 7% transport occur, and through RBC 70% transport occur. So CO2 plus water in presence of carbonic anhydrase gives carbonic acid. This carbonic acid again dissociates into HCO3 plus H plus ions. Both of them, they goes outside. HCO3 goes outside, right? And as these ions moves outside, ultimately inside the RBC, the ionic imbalance may take place. So to avoid that ionic imbalance, this chloride, you can see this chloride shaped in via transport protein occurs. This chloride via or by attaching with protein molecule insert inside the RBC, and the ionic balance of RBC maintained. By RBC, second way, CO2 combines with hemoglobin and form HbCO2, that is carb-amino-hemoglobin. This carb-amino-hemoglobin is transported through RBC by 23%, right? And this H ions and Hb ions, they move outside maybe and form HHHb, that is reduced hemoglobin. So shifting of chloride inside, formation of this HHHb, this is specifically known as chloride shift or Hamburger phenomenon, right? So at tissue level, tissue cell level, this is the oxygen pickup and carbon dioxide pickup at tissue level. So remember, this is the blood containing plasma, containing RBC. These are the tissue cells. In between these tissue cells, this interstitial fluid is present, and in that way the carbon dioxide is transported at tissue cell level. Now in alveolus, at alveolus, this is oxygen pickup and CO2 release at lung level. By the same way, here carbon dioxide and water inside RBC, carbonic anhydrase brings about fast conversion of this carbonic acid into CO2 and water, and again there is a formation of HCO3 and H+. They will move out. Due to moving out of this, the chloride shift occurs out. Here chloride shift is in, here chloride shift is out, again via transport protein. And by the same way, the CO2 plus hemoglobin forming carb amino hemoglobin, O2 plus HHHB. The HHHB means reduced hemoglobin. This H ion is then accumulates outside in the blood plasma, and finally this oxygen from RBC or from alveolus taken up by the RBC and sent to the tissue level, and at lung level this carbon dioxide dissolved in plasma in this form, it is transported in the alveolus for expiration, and through RBC it is transported about 70%, or through RBC about 23%, and here about 70% transport of this carbon dioxide occur, right? So in that way, here we complete the internal respiration, under which we have studied transport of oxygen by studying oxygen dissociation curve. We have completed already transport of CO2 by summarizing 3 points. That means transport of CO2 by plasma, by bicarbonates, and by RBC. By plasma it is transported 7%, by bicarbonate it is transported 70%. By bicarbonate it is transported at 2 levels, at tissue level and at lung level. At tissue level we have drawn this figure, at lung level we have drawn this figure, and again we have summarized all these points. The most important point is carbonic anhydrase enzyme present in only in RBC, not in plasma, brings about fast transport of this CO2, 70%, and that is shown in this figure. So here we complete the transport of CO2. That means overall, under mechanism of respiration, third point, internal respiration. Thank you.